can you still pull kind of some Eastern philosophies that have some wisdom and integrate that into your Christianity? Is that?
Yeah, I utilize a lot of the Eastern philosophies about the war, like back when there was a Ching dynasty. There's a story where this guy, he was a general. He was a very great general. And he threw a feast because they had just overtaken one of the dynasties. Back then, there was no light, so they used candles. So the candles blew out, and then his concubine screamed. So somebody kissed the concubine, and then she apparently grabbed one of the tassels that one of the guys was wearing, the army man was wearing. And she's like, I got him, I know who it is. So the general thought about it. He's like, if we light the candles right now, like I'm gonna kill this guy, whoever it is, because he's missing the tassel, But he didn't want to mess up the mood. So he thought about other people. And he was like, they came here to be merry. We just celebrated. No more killing. Let's stop this. So he had a change of heart. And he told everyone in the room, there was 200 people, rip off your tassel and throw it on the ground by order of the general. So he made everybody rip off their tassel, right? And then you can't find out who did it, basically. And then 2 years later, they were getting invaded, and he was surrounded by the other dynasty, the enemy, right? And they were gonna kill him, but this one lone ranger guy, he rode in and he saved him from 7 people, right? He shot arrows at him, killed them, and he dragged them, and then they regained their kingdom. But that day he was like, the guy who rode in and saved the general, he said, I'm deserving of death. He said, what do you mean? You just saved me. He said, that night when you threw the party, I was the one who got drunk out of my mind and tried to kiss your concubine. But he said, I wanted to repay you my whole life. So out of everyone else, he was the bravest one to come and save him. But if he had followed himself and he trusted himself, he would have killed that guy that night. And he probably would have ended up dead 2 years later. So it's kind of like, it's the truth. This is actually a true story. So it's teaching us that, hey, if you believe and follow your first impulse and you don't think deeply about other people, right? Which is what the Bible is teaching us, to think about other people, love thy neighbor as thyself, then we are actually going to make rash decisions that could really devastate a whole dynasty.